Dr. Sirius, a servant whispered hurriedly outside the chamber door. The madam is calling for you. Sirius nodded calmly. All right, I'll head there now, he replied and stepped out of the room. Once the door closed behind him, Irene let out the breath she had been holding.
Finally, he's gone.
She glanced at her mother, who lay motionless on the bed. She muttered under her breath.
There doesn't seem to be a problem with her pulse. Sirius probably doesn't know about her pregnancy yet.
She touched her mother's forehead, feeling the heat beneath her fingers.
Her body temperature is slightly elevated and her face looks pale. This is all my fault. But since there are no other abnormalities, she should regain consciousness soon. Mother.
A pang of guilt stabbed her heart, and she whispered. Her voice finally broke through the heavy silence. Memories flooded her mind.
It's been 8 years. Since father was imprisoned, mother has been confined in this house because of her health. I couldn't even see her face.
Irene's grandmother was present at that time. She commanded Irene, rest here and take care of yourself. If you leave without my permission, don't expect me to forgive you.
In my previous life, I only thought about myself. I figured grandma and the others were taking good care of mother. Thinking back now, mother couldn't even attend my wedding. In my previous life, she was always alone in that old room. I didn't even know about it.
Her voice choked. She used her hands to cover her face.
I was truly an ungrateful daughter.
Suddenly, her mother's eyes moved slightly and then snapped open.
Irene.
Her voice was barely a whisper.
Mother.
Thank goodness you're safe. I even thought you wouldn't wake up again.
Her mother stated while crying. Still in a hug, Irene clarified.
Actually, that day someone pushed me from behind.
Her mother was confused. She pulled away from the hug to see Irene's face.
What do you mean? Explain it clearly.
A few minutes later.
So it's not just the madam who despises us. Staying here is dangerous. I have a small house in the village. Let's go there. Everyone still thinks you're in a coma. Use this opportunity to escape quietly.
Helen did not for a second doubt her daughter.
Then, mother, you must come with me too.
Irene said, smiling.
My mother is a very beautiful and graceful woman. In fact, she was called the Pearl of West Aria. Someone like her shouldn't have died in such a tragic way. This time I won't let my mother die. But...
Irene paused.
What is it?
Her mother questioned. Irene's voice, low and cold, continued.
I don't want to just leave like a coward. I wish to leave a little gift behind.
Now alone in her room, sitting in front of her desk, she looked at something in her hand, a necklace.
This is my betrothal gift from Cosmo. In my previous life, I was so happy to have received it. But now...
She remembers the way Cosmo treated her when she was about to give birth. Shivers ran through her spine, and she threw that thing away real quick.
This cursed thing.
Suddenly a figure climbed and entered through a window, just as the necklace was thrown. The figure cursed. Damn, was I caught?
Who?
Irene turned her head in alarm. The person screamed, shocked to see Irene. My lady. You're awake.
Hush.
Irene quickly covered her mouth.
You must keep what you just saw a secret.
She warned. Irene was still confused about one thing.
Why did you break in through the window, though?
Irene asked. The female maid stated that Madame forbade her from entering Irene's room. But she was so worried about her. Her name is Linda, Irene's personal maid.
Linda is not a noble. Father brought her home from the battlefield one day. We spent time together often and gradually became close, and she eventually became my personal maid. In my previous life, Linda was also imprisoned with father. After that, her fate is not known to me. Can I trust her?
Irene studied Linda carefully.
Linda, if I'm not mistaken, you bought me that necklace from Cosmos, right?
That's right. I received it from Winter. She said it was a gift from Lord Cosmos. Is there something wrong with it? Irene lowered her gaze.
Now that I think about it, everything actually is strange. When Cosmos gave me that necklace, we hadn't even met yet. Why would someone give a token of love to someone they don't even know? Back then I really liked Cosmos. But as the daughter of the Duchess family, I never tried to approach him. If it weren't for this necklace. If Cosmos entrusted you with this necklace, would you accept it on my behalf?
She looked directly at Linda. Linda shook her head firmly. I would never do that. Irene's voice dropped.
Winter was also in charge of changing the incense in this room, right?
Yes, Linda confirmed. She changes it every day.
Linda, I have a request. Bring Winter here with Catherine.
The three maids were seen walking in a passage. Catherine in front holding the light, Linda in the back, and Winter in the middle, walking to their destination.
Who knew there was a secret passage like this in the house?
Winter asked with a bit of arrogance.
This is the path to Lady Irene's room, right?
Winter, Russell family's maid.
If you want to visit her secretly, just enter through the window. Why bother going through an underground passage?
With a sudden impact, Winter fell to the ground while Linda, having delivered a kick, stood over her as Catherine watched on.
Hey, what are you doing?
While lying on the floor, she slowly lifted her gaze.
Wait, Lady Irene?
Beads of sweat started to form, she thought.
No way, she's awake already?
She quickly pushed the thought away and started to cozy up to Irene.
Are you all right, my lady? Thank goodness you're safe.
Irene sat there. The aura around her had changed.
Linda, show it to Winter.
Comment. I was actually surprised. From what we have seen from chapter 1 and 2, she felt more easygoing and naive. I knew she was going to get revenge, but she feels like a whole different person. Linda threw the necklace, almost hitting Winter in the face. Her gaze fixed on Winter. Answer me honestly. Where did you get this necklace? Winter's face went pale.
That. I brought this necklace at Lord Cosmos's request. I was just asked to deliver it. But Linda was the one who gave it to you, right?
Linda suddenly gave Winter one hell of a slap. Even her nose started bleeding. So you're really trying to frame me? After the slap came a kick to the body. I've been so kind to you, yet you betrayed me like this.
My lady, it's not true.
Winter still insisted. Irene intervened calmly.
Linda, that's enough. Don't be too angry with her. Winter, do you think I don't have proof of your disloyalty?
She toyed with the remains of the incense in her palm. Winter trembled.
How could she know about this?
But she was still quick to defend herself, saying,
It was given by Dr. Sirius. He told me to have you wear it at the same time every day.
Irene's face was dead serious.
But I was never informed about this. You keep evading it. But you know this thing is poisonous, right? This will be our last meeting.
Irene's voice turned deadly quiet.
Let's end it here.
Linda and Catherine were shocked. Is she really the Lady Irene I've known all this time? They both thought. Why is Lady Irene doing this? There's even a murderous aura around her. Comment. I was also quite surprised that she would go that far.
Wait, my lady.
Winter was scared. She even started shedding tears.
You've really hurt my family, Winter. Linda, Catherine, if you aren't loyal to me from now on, you must get used to things like this. If you can't handle it, you may leave now.
I'll do it. Linda was quick to grab the piece of cloth. She was willing. Wait, Winter begged. 2 versus 1. Who do you think will win? Catherine and Linda or Winter all by herself? You should not be surprised Winter lost. Her pupils shrank, her eyes were bloodshot and wide open. They suffocated her. Irene's sharp eyes watched carefully as the maid did their jobs. And finally said,
You can let go now.
Linda and Catherine both let go, both huffing and puffing. Irene walked toward the motionless Winter and took her pulse.
You stopped at the right moment. She's still breathing.
Linda turned her head in shock. Catherine asked, Didn't you punish her already? Why didn't you just kill her? Irene smiled darkly.
If she doesn't confess, I can't be sure she's the traitor. Besides, Winter isn't the actual culprit. She's more useful alive. All right, take her back to her room.
The next morning, Irene lay on the bed still pretending to be sick and unconscious. At the madam's command, we're allowed to enter Irene's room. There was a commotion outside the door. After a couple of minutes, Catherine and Linda entered inside. Catherine came to Irene and whispered, Lady, last night Winter passed away. Irene was not too surprised. Instead, she smiled.
So that's how it is. Someone must have received my gift then.
Comment. Irene is not the same girl we knew from chapter 1. That was the quick 360 I have ever seen.